right? So I'm good
Right.
with that.
Okay.
Welcome to all of you, and I hope we are going to be able to give you a peek into what is planned for the collaborative studios, enough to excite those who are not yet decided to join us, and of course those who are decided. We have a lot of you there already who will take back more information and probably put some questions to us as well.
Yes. So thank you everyone for joining in. Thanks a lot, Geeta. So this is basically our attempt to create an online meeting ground and a collaborative studio. The three typologies that we will be covering in for the studio is essentially healthcare, housing, and institutions. This has been done after a very detailed and thorough survey and an understanding of how different studios are run based on university curriculum and syllabus. So most of you would already know the mentors who will be sharing their insights and their knowledge with through this collaborative studio. But I thought it will make sense to bring in their experience, bring in their credibility first, and then begin to talk about what this collaborative studio is all about. So for healthcare facilities and hospitals, we have architect Nandini Baza. She is the design director at HOSMAC, which is a Mumbai-based what do you say, healthcare architectural solutions providing institution, and she has around 25 years of experience in this field, to the extent like we can vouch for at least most of the COVID and Corona relief centers that have been created in Mumbai have actually been facilitated through HOSMIC and their organization as well. Professor Yatin Pandya does not need an introduction. He dons many hats. He is an author, an activist, an academician, and he and his housing studio, most of which were 3-day long intensive studios which he conducted across the country in different colleges, have been very popular, and that is why we thought that we could bring him on board and invite him to discuss this with a group, as a collaborative format with multiple colleges on board and doing it online. Shantanu Puredi is popular and renowned for his design of SPA Vijayawada and many other institutional buildings that he has designed. MOOF is mobile offices. He's co-founded it with his partner Manisha, and he's also visiting faculty at Kamla Raheja College. So most of them already do have pedagogical experience. They have a practice in state, so that whole amalgamation of practice, teaching, and nurturing and mentoring young minds is already there in our mentors. So the benefits of this collaboration, especially because it is an online format, is that most of the times when we were in our brick and mortar classrooms, we would interact with one another, with very little with one from one institute to another, but mostly within institutes. So we would have vertical studios, and we would kind of encourage interaction within. NASA was more or less another format or another platform where we could interact with peers. But this whole co-learning across faculties, across students, was something that we thought through this pandemic, and maybe we could turn this into an opportunity where everyone is online. So why not look at it from the perspective of can we just democratize this whole process of learning, make mentors accessible to students across the country, and thus make this process more about co-learning and collaboration. So this is essentially an online meeting ground that we will be facilitating. And as I mentioned earlier, practitioners, academicians, faculty, students, all of us will be working together for a common goal. There are certain things that we will facilitate through ASEG, which include faculty workshop and training on the typology. So this is the zero session workshop that we will have next week for housing and hospitals, and the week following that for institutions. After the discussions in the zero week, we will then dive into each sessions with all learners on board, all students on board. We will also have assist you in digital empowerment to ensure that all faculty who are a part of the studio feel comfortable using the online medium, and especially the dashboard and interface that we have on ASET. We will have online meeting rooms for pedagogical discussions. We invite the faculty, the design chair, and our typology mentor for each studios, who will be then deliberating over what should be the course of action for the studio. So we have kind of worked on a sample guideline in conversation with the mentor. But since this is a participative project process, we the session 0, which is next week, is when we will actually be freezing and finalizing the entire uh, 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 the plan for the teaching plan for the studio. We also, since ASET was founded in 2018, and it is actually our anniversary on the 15th of August, we have actually collated a lot of expertise, expert talks and expertise and practical insights from many other architects through the various sessions, events, studios, discussions that we've had in the past. So we could also share those previous lectures with your students, with your faculty, and then make this a more like, those mentors may not actually come live to you or into your studios, but you do have access to their expertise, to the resources, to the knowledge that they're sharing. All the sessions and lectures will be recorded on ASET. So even if a student or a faculty has any internet connectivity or any kind of an issue earlier, it doesn't mean that they are missing out on the live session altogether. With this, we will also be creating multiple breakout rooms at a single time, so that we do not extend jury hours and jury timings for a longer duration. These breakout rooms will help us facilitate inter-college reviews, which means your students will be reviewed by faculty of some other college, and other institutes will could come and review your students. So this will be done through this e-meeting platform that we will create, and then there will be weekly discussions on the progress that we would have with the mentors. So the first thing we would want you to do is to pick a typology. The typology could be hospital, could be housing, could be institution, spaces for learning. Sejal, could you, is there a question? Was that a question? If not, what I would request is we will mute all participants, and if you have any doubt or query, you could yourself unmute and then ask the query. Yeah, so that we avoid all background noises. Yes, thank you, Sejal. So the format that we hope to follow, and just to simplify things and not to have too much of to and fro, we've created like a Google form that once you decide and confirm that you are on board, we will share this with you, which asks a few questions about the studio. We need to know what is that, what are the specifications in your typo. So even if you say hospital, is it a general hospital? Is it a cancer? Is it a cancer institute? Is it a gynecology or NCIU? So what are the different kind of facilities that you're looking for? Is it a medical college with a working hospital? So what is the primary program that you would like to focus on? What is the built up area? What is the FSI you're looking at? Where is this located? What is the region? So these kind of having a note and a tabulation of all of this information will kind of make the participative process next week a little more involved and engaging, because we have all the data in front of us before the session begins. So for all the colleges who had accepted the invitation and are already on board and have filled in the Google form, so from that information, the data that we've collated, we've realized that the first week of August is what most institutes prefer, that there is the preferred timeline for all studios, and they would like it to close by the last week of September. There is one college which talks about third week of September as the date of openings and the last week of October as the date of close. But these are things now that we could talk about during the live interaction with the mentor and the faculty, so that we can finalize and fine tune each of these schedules. Geeta, you want to say something?
Okay.
So now the next 10 minutes we'll be or maybe 5 minutes we'll be talking about each of this week, what activities to expect and anticipate in each of this week. So let me explain the format here to you so that it becomes, so we are on the same page when I move to the next slides as well. So here the schedule, what you see here with my mouse, is essentially the week, or the that particular, the number of the session, okay, that we will be conducting. That will also reflect here. So this is essentially an 8 circle format. So the first 0 week, first, second, third, fourth week, all of these will be reflected here as well. We have our typologies, which is healthcare, hospital, and institutions here. The tentative date for discussion, the date and day for discussion is what we have placed in here. Based on this discussion that we have in week 0 is when the dates for every other session and the timings for it will also be finalized. Here on the right hand side, we have where you read studio initiation for each. This is the agenda or the topic that we will be discussing and talking about. And you will see certain icons and instructions floating around throughout. So that is essentially the what kind of activity that you can anticipate in this week. So for example, discussion with mentor and faculty is common throughout. In case of healthcare facilities and hospitals, the mentor requests the faculty to consider that the students should join in a team of 3 so that there is internal collaboration as well. So that is something unique and different to this studio that we thought needs to be pointed out. And in terms of institutes, even before the session begins, even before the very first session with the students, the mentor will be introducing an exercise that the faculty can share with the students, and we will through ACID share it with them as well. And then the first discussion can actually begin with a discussion on that exercise for the students. So it's not a lecture based introduction, but more of a discussion on their observations and the exercise that they are working on. So just to clarify the entire, like the details of what to expect in this 0 hour with mentor. The first is we will finalize the schedule and the learning path based on what suits most colleges on board. We will finalize the time and the day. We will finalize the format for documentation of submission. This is essentially to ensure that towards the end of the studio, we do have a very well compiled report that, you know, that we could share with your own students out in the social media and spread the word about how we conducted this studio. We also need to discuss the outcomes and course compilation is so that to ensure that whatever have been the targets that we are set in, how to embed those targets into the outcomes that we expect from this. We will discuss things like, you know, how and will we be doing marking for this studio. How will the marking work? If there is marking, does it mean that there are credits that we need to consider? How do we transfer those credits for involvement, and how do we issue those courses? Because we have a very simplified system to issue course completion certificates. So if students and faculty would like that as well, and then include the grade and the credits into the certificate, so we could work that out as well. um, uh, there will be a 0 hour with the mentor, and after all of these details have been discussed and finalized, we will have a presentation with to the students. So this will again be one session for every typology. So housing will get a separate discussion with the students. The institutions will get one, and healthcare will get one. Here the mentor will be present, but for this 0 session with the students, it was only team A session on all the faculty who will be joining in, because we wish to introduce the platform of ASEG, like the entire dashboard, how to access data, how to what kind of an interaction and engagement are we looking for? What happens if they miss one of the sessions? Where can they find the recordings? We discuss deliverables and assignments. Are there any rules for the WhatsApp group or the discussion forums that we are creating? How do we note attendance and marking? So these are a few things that we will then share with the students. So the ground rules are very clear from the very big start, even before you begin the first round of sessions. So the week 1, Sejal, could you please mute someone, or is there a question that is coming from one of the participants?
No, I don't think so. I've just mute the person. Yeah.
So then the first week we have for healthcare, like so the format that healthcare will be following is that since it is such a technically oriented studio, there will be a lot of pre-recorded videos which talk about a certain concept, a certain idea, a certain understanding of the technical flows, of adjacencies, of the technology which is involved. And then we could have live sessions, role plays, interaction, discussion. So it takes the form of a workshop, and then we introduce the assignment to the students. So let's talk scenarios is essentially one of those workshops that we will be conducting live. Housing will begin with housing types and open spaces, which will be a lecture that will be delivered by Professor Yatin Pandya. And he would also be introducing an exercise that he would want the students to work on and then submit before the next week. Now, I mean, in case of institution, as we said earlier, that the participants, even before coming for the first week, we will ask them to work on an assignment. So the first, like we're breaking the ice for this studio by discussing on the assignments that the students have shared with us. And this is essentially a case study, but it's with a twist. It is not a regular case study. There are certain twerk that Shantanu Puredi has added to that entire the format, and which will be followed by a short lecture, and then we'll introduce the next exercise to the students. For the next week, as you can see, we have experiential mapping for healthcare facilities, we have discussion on case studies for housing, and we will be talking about programming. So more or less, these studios will kind of be in sync with their weekly agendas. Like experiential mapping and programming talks about adjacencies, it talks about those which program and space go together and hand in hand. Case studies is also one of the mediums of ensuring the same. So this will then lead us to the third week, where we talk about the site. We would analyze them, we would synthesize results from them, we will talk about the form and the massing and all of these. So there is also an interesting hands-on massing model exercise that Professor Pandya is recommending here, where there will be a demonstration from his end. And from that demonstration, he will introduce the next exercise. Following this, we will talk about SWOT analysis, like what are the strengths and weaknesses of a site or of a context with respect to healthcare. Like Nandini Bazad may also give in one of the examples of a hospital that she is designing in Dubai right now, which has Zanana sections, which has separate entry and exit for men and women. So cultural contexts also do come in. So how do all of these influence the way in which one designs the spaces for care, well-being, and those? And then we'll reflect upon those through discussions. Week 5, healthcare focuses on, these are the things that we've covered. Is there something that we've missed out? Let us just go through all our notes and discuss about it. We talk about communications in housing, about what is the right medium of representation, how do we tell the story of the design. Institutions and spaces will also focus on architectural identity, like why is it that Franco Gehry's structures look very different from those of Charles Correa? So that is an architectural identity that an individual has. So how do we accentuate that in throughout the design studios? And then we move to reflect and introspect session, which is like a participatory design process where everyone is being involved. We could involve certain users of those spaces, and a short for like a mini review by users can also be invited. So these are a few things that we are recommending before the 7th week. Now the 7th week is where we create those breakout sessions, and we invite all colleges to come into the primary session. Like here we have 30 colleges. So similarly, those colleges will come on. All the students will be allotted individual breakout rooms. This will be very systematically formatted by Team ASTRECH, and we will, like I said earlier, students from one institute will be reviewed by faculty from other college. So this is the true form of collective exchange that we hope to have through this studio as well. We will also be talking about communication of design, architectural drawings. How would each of these how do we make presentation of ideas, how do we share those with the client, and those from the practical experiences of these architects. And then towards the end, we would have jury with the mentors on each of these topics. Now you would notice that here we are really saying week X. The reason for this is it is open to each studio to let us know when their studio is actually concluding, and then based on that we could have that round, like based on that discussion we could actually come to a consensus of when to host the final round of jury with the mentor, where one student from each institute as a student representative that will be chosen by the college itself will make the presentation for everyone to view and participate in. Additional to this, we can also facilitate college level juries with external examiners for your institute as well. Because the first round of jury you would have within the college, the second round of jury you already have with other faculties from other colleges. If instead of one session you would want to increase it to 2 sessions or 2 rounds of juries, these are certain things that we could talk and discuss. And additionally, if a college insists that they would want some more external examiners, we could look at that as well. But so here the format is the same. We will not charge any facilitation fees, but just as much as you would pay an external examiner, you would be expected to remunerate the external jury for this. Most of you may have this question that if there are 300 plus students who are coming together, how do all of them interact with the mentor? What I want you guys to understand that is this is not a one-on-one student mentorship format. This is a format which thrives on collaboration and co-learning. Just like, you know, when an automobile designer is designing a wheel, the wheel has been invented. We don't reinvent it every time that we are designing it, right? So there are that is the beauty of co-learning. That is the beauty of learning from someone else's mistake or learning from someone else's ideas and those things. So it is both inspiring as well as collaborative as the process, and that is what we would want to focus and highlight on. The students already do get a lot of mentorship from their own internal faculty. But to seek for inspiration from their own peers, someone who is in a different city, in a different college, working on similar projects, and how are they resolving that idea is also something that we thought. Yes? Is there a question? Is there a question?
No, Sonal, you can continue.
Thank you. So essentially all students will be reviewed by faculty from another collaborating institutions. So this is how we hope to keep the involvement and interaction of every institute and every student on board. So we need, when there are more students coming on board, we need to have a very efficient system or a formula in place to ensure that these sessions run live. So these are certain things that from ASH's side we will mandate, like when the student or a faculty is logging into the program, their names will begin with the college initials, followed by, if it is a student, their roll numbers, and then their names, to make it easier for the faculty to mark attendance. All the faculty will be made co-hosts, so they can unmute themselves and interact and talk, but the students will be put on mute, and they will have to basically type in their queries through the chat box, and the mentor will pick up questions that they wish to respond to. And once the mentor does that, they can ask the student to switch on their videos and actually share that query, and then have that kind of a discussion and involvement. We could have an open discussion with all students, maybe the last 10 minutes of the session, where all mics are on, and then those who wish to talk or interact can raise their hands, because there are systems that we could use to facilitate that as well. With respect to live activities, workshops, and charrettes, we will essentially, since they're live, they will be reviewed on a first come, first serve basis. We'll try to our best to accommodate all colleges, and if you have any ideas from your experience of working with the students, we will be glad to incorporate them as well. And those we could discuss during the internal session 0 hours of the 0 session that we have planned next week. So the process of collaboration that we have planned is very simple. Like at least from the submissions that we came in, we will categorize institutes based on their typology. So even if you have healthcare as a typology, someone has a general medicine hospital, someone is looking at a medical college with a residential campus, or in case of housing, if one in studio is looking at neighborhood housing, another is looking at mixed housing, someone is looking at mass housing. So there are these different interpretations of the same typology. So the discussion of collaboration will actually begin with these differences, and then talking about the similarities that we see and how we can work together towards it. So the plot areas for each will also be discussed and then deliberated to ensure that the scale kind of is not an absolute mismatch for students of different years or levels. So those are the internal discussions that you would have with the mentor, with faculty from another department. You're of course free to take whatever decision that you would want to for your studio, but it is still a part of a discussion and deliberation with other institutions as well as the mentor. And then the built up area and those details will kind of be collaborated. So early, that this whole shift from online medium to how the studios look like now, which is just a Zoom screen that we are seeing right now. There are many questions that most colleges have in terms of this performative art. Like earlier, for us to make a presentation in front of an auditorium or a lecture hall, we had the table in front of us, we had a mark board, we had a whiteboard, we had a blackboard, we have those projector screens, and it is this performance that we do for every lecture that we are conducting for the students. But right now we're just limited to this one small screen in front of our face, and whatever we do, it has to be limited within this, is kind of limited to the scope, right? So this change and this transition also made us think that we need to change the traditional medium of how we are teaching and learning in our institutes. And the traditional basically says that there is a lecture and there are homework activities towards the end of the lecture. But what if we flip it into a format where we say that the lecture is actually pre-recorded? You're going through certain recordings. In during the class, we're doing we were deliberating on classroom activities, which are small workshops or discussions together or collective reviews and those, and thus ensuring that our takeaways from it are far more than just listening to someone who is making a presentation. So there are a few tricks that we thought from ASED's end we could share with you, and how to learn and teach online. That is essentially because we've noticed that now that we are shifted to an online medium, there are different ways that we need to, or different checklists that we need to tick off on. The first checklist is that of, earlier we used to focus on learning from co-location, which means both the student as well as the faculty is collectively together in a brick and mortar classroom. But now that is not the case. We're all connected by these small light photons, which is taken as data into our and provide electricity, internet connectivity to all of us. So when it comes to online learning, there is communication medium, which is important. Different colleges have different mediums. You can use MS Teams, Skype, Zoom, Google Classrooms, Zoom. We can also, so from communication, we need to focus on information. Basically means how are you sharing the knowledge with the learner. And some institutes use SlideShare, some use YouTube, some have Google Classrooms or Google Drives through which you're sharing data with the students, or some have a more structured course-based learning mechanism where you have your own LMSs, you have your own Moodle systems in place. And in all of this, ASED can help you with all these above strategies. And with our core focus on architecture and building up the thank you. If you have any questions or queries that you would want me to respond to, we could take it towards the end now, because now we have almost come to the close of the presentation. So I will just give you a quick walkthrough through when you type www.ased.in. What processes would you have to follow, and how the backend actually is visible, and what will you be able to see through this through our ASED course dashboard. So once you click on www.ased.in, it will take you to our courses page, which has these 3 collaborative studios in place. So let us say we should pick and choose one. You will see this enroll now or use college coupon code as the button. You click on this and it takes you to, if you're not yet a member of ACETED, then it will ask you to create a new account. If you already are a member of ACETED, then it directly takes you to the registration page, which says complete your purchase. Now, the price that you will see here is essentially 700 rupees per student or per enrollment. But as students will be enrolling from the college's end, you can just say click and type your coupon code, which we will be sharing with you. So for example, it could be PMCA collaborative, so or SPA collab, as you see here in this case. Sorry. So you just type in that code and this amount will actually vanish and you can enroll into the course directly. Once you do, your courses will be seen on a dashboard. So a dashboard also looks almost similar to a course card. The only difference being is it actually tells you how much of percentage you completed of this course. It gives you an overview of the course and it allows you to start course. So when you click on start course, we have a short message by every mentor for all students and faculty before we begin in. So that is what will pop up first. And it will be followed by a small questionnaire on key takeaways or key expectations from this course that the students have. This is to ensure that their objective of joining this and what we are serving through this platform kind of synchronizes. So we will be going through and reviewing each of these to ensure that we can adhere to maximum of the expectations that students have come on board with. And then you can actually see that this is a very detailed content table with week by week processes of what to expect in it. Once a lecture has been concluded, recordings of this will be available in this platform. You will also have a discussion bar here that you see circled, where you can create your own questions, topics, ask your doubts, queries. If you have to insert an image or share a link or hyperlink anything, you need to upload a document or a file, all of that is possible. The best thing about having these discussion boards is that whatever is relevant to this topic, so imagine we have something called assignments here, and we ask students to upload their assignments into the discussion board. All of it gets compiled in one place. All of it is visible for all students, all faculty, and all mentors to go through. And that is how we really and truly celebrate co-learning. Sometimes when it comes to online learning, there are certain issues that we face, like lack of visual or personal contact, internet connectivity issues, where many faculty members may even face difficulty in understanding new technology, or especially how to teach technical subjects that require a drawing board and certain amount of drafting to be done for these sessions. And also, how can online juries and assessments be conducted? So we essentially, the format that we recommend or will be following through ACETED is that of engagement, of discussions, quizzes, live sessions. We will formalize attendance. We will also always focus on feedbacks to know that whatever we are working on or presenting right now, we can up the game in the next session. If there are internet or connectivity issues, we will ensure that the recordings are made available to all the participants. There will be pre-recordings of certain reference content video that will also be shared with the participants before the session begins. We will help faculty members to understand technology if they have any issues with running the dashboard, coming online, or annotation, or any of it. We will always be here to help. The only thing we recommend faculty is not to join in any of our sessions henceforward from your mobile phones. Always join from your laptops, because that gives you more clarity rather than a smaller screen. And we will be focusing on blended learning. We do not want it to be only an online format. So next semester, when we move out into maybe we open up in the next semester post the lockdown is done. So then how do you ensure this transition? Because the first collaborative studio that we hosted was the South Asian Collaborative Studio, where colleges actually joined us from their auditoriums, and lectures were broadcasted into auditoriums. And this is the first time that an online one-on-one session with students, each single logins for students, is also planned. And many times faculty have this difficulty, or even students have difficulty in understanding how assessment and online design juries can be conducted. There are certain simple tricks that we advise faculty and students to share it with, on faculty to share it with the students as well. That earlier we used to work on sheets. That was a different format. This is a laptop or a screen format. You need to the aspect ratio, the resolution. These are very different from the previous mediums of communication. You can even the first thing is aspect ratio for the presentation has to be 16:9, because that is the universal format that any presentation style for a full screen requires. You can have pre-recorded presentations. So you create a small video that you could share before. If there is an internet connectivity dip or something during the live session, we always have a backup with you. If you're more comfortable with sketching and hand rendering, then you can even try scanning existing sheets then, or video recording them to explain the design better. Use 2D 3D softwares to explain it for detailed understanding. We insist that students should not only look at it from only an AutoCAD or a drafting perspective, but also to sketch out those designs to explain them better. So there are certain annotation skills or tools as well that we could share with the students that can help them create that narrative, what do you say, as an audiovisual presentation. And then you need to use more graphics, and legibility is also something that you need to focus on. So there are a few things that we insist that when it comes to online assessments and juries that colleges should focus on. But we will come to this when we arrive at the larger breakout room and collective jury session, and more, this especially will be shared more in detail with you. So I think with this, we've come to a close of today's the presentation that I wanted to share, and we can open the floor for any questions or discussions that you have. These are actually 2 action plans that we have chalked out for colleges. Those who have confirmed with us and have filled in the Google form, you will await an email. Please await a WhatsApp message that we will share with you, that you could circulate with your students so that they can start enrolling into the course. There are certain systems that we'll set into place for formal and informal discussion. The formal discussions will happen on ASEDGE dashboard. The informal ones will happen via WhatsApp group. So we can create an all faculty with or without the mentor group, which is only for pedagogical discussions. And then we could create an all students and faculty group for easy dissemination of information and sharing inspirational ideas. And there are few other colleges who are actually on the edge and of deciding whether they wish to join in for this studio or not. We urge you to connect with Team ASEDGE and Ethos, and we would also be connecting with you to know your responses, and we will share a follow-up email with details by tomorrow latest, and hope that you reply to the email and confirm to us by 3rd of August, so that the scheme and the plan that we have set is not deterred. So I think with that, we can open the floor for some questions and answers and discussion.
So the first one, which many people have been expressing to me as well, is that there are many colleges that are already into their academic year, started their studios, and some of them who say they have a way to go before they start. So do we have some way in which they can be accommodated is something that we need to deal with here.
Yes, so this was one of the discussions we already had with mentors, and they are aware that there are all the institutes who will be joining in will be at different pace. But it is still customizable to the extent that with respect to what are the activities that are being recommended in the live studio. Please understand that this is not a part of your design studio. This is ancillary and over and above your existing AD studio format. So you would be having your regular studios as planned, but this is like an additional 2 hour we are requesting from you for every week that we will engage with students and faculty. So this is something that can happen in parallel. And if someone is fast paced already, then it is easier for you, because if you already done your case studies, you've already worked on your site analysis, post the discussions, if the students would like to change or alter it, I think that is one of the best means of learning as well, right? That there are certain feedbacks that are coming to you and you're including them and you're revisiting your design, you're revisiting your submission. So I'm sure that it is not especially, and this will be more clear to faculties, especially during the interaction with the mentors next week.
Hello.
Yes, Professor. Who is this?
Celine from GZ School. Sorry, I lost the connection from my own phone.
But I hope you heard in what we said.
Everything actually I logged from the another system. So, ma'am, I have a question that is it possible if a student at the individual basis can join the session? Because some of them might not be able to afford the session. So
what we've decided for that is we welcome that to happen, and probably we'll put together all those who are coming together as individuals into one bunch like a classroom and see how we can organize local mentorship if required, or if will the faculty, if there are going to be a few from your college, yes, we can. You can go ahead and mentor them, and they can continue to be part of this.
okay, thank you. And the dates you have already discussed here, right, for the housing, this 10th of the coming month and something, those dates are the final one, right?
No. These are still tentative ones. And after the 0 week, after the discussion next week with the mentor, the entire timetable and schedule will be finalized. So it includes which day of the week, which time of the day, and all of the, and what activities are planned for every week by the mentor in discussion with the faculty will kind of be finalized, fine-tuned, and that will be written in stone, not what we've typed in here right now. This is just a tentative schedule that we thought we should share with you.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I have a query. Hi.
Yes, Professor.
Yes.
I'm Vijaya from PVP. Hi, Geeta. How are you?
Hi, doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I have a small query. This is going to be a self-paced workshop?
Not at all. Not at all. This
Live
is
session? Self-paced, basically, what I'm saying is that you may have carved out 2 months for it, but it's like every day I may not be able to put in, or every week, suppose I'm not able to put in that much time because of some sessions which may be running in the college, parallel sessions which are there. So is it something that if I commit to say 3 hours per week, I can spread it as 5 minutes every day, or I can finish 3 hours on one? Is it something like that? Is it self-paced? Is it a live session or recorded session? I want to know
live
that.
sessions which will be recorded. They are live sessions which will be recorded and uploaded as well. So it will begin with some uploaded video content which you will watch at your own pace. Every week there will be a engagement live with the mentor. That if you miss a particular week, it's good for you to be there because there will be some interaction, banter, your questions being addressed, something happening on the spot maybe, and so on. If you miss some of that, of course, one session you happen to miss or some of your students happen to miss, the video is uploaded, all the assignments are uploaded on your dashboard, so they will all be able to access all that information for sure. But it'll be nice for you to attend as many of those live sessions.
Yeah, true. So what is the time that you are looking at?
So all that is going to be discussed in the 0 hour, the first session.
Fine.
In consultation with the colleges, we'll try and arrive at the most suitable time to the most number of colleges.
So why I'm raising this is basically most of the colleges have started online classes, and I think all of them are finding struggling and finding their own methods to handle design, technology, all the subjects which come under that. So everybody are trying their best to handle that. So we are still struggling in terms of whether we start at 8 to 3, whether it's 10 to 5, or it's 8 to 8. So it's like random. There's no timetable right now, I would put it, for I think most of the college. It's like it is spread over the entire day. And there are certain days where like maybe like if I don't have a class, so it almost becomes an off for me to attend to any student. But I have some parallel work which may be going on for the next exercise which is carved out. So that's why the time, if it is very clearly worked out,
calendars will be fixed.
Better.
Yeah, these calendars schedule will be fixed at that 0 hour, and we'll try and make it as inflexible as possible. So those dates will be marked in your calendar, and you'll have to just work around that for your rest of the sessions in college.
Please, how many do you look at per college? Any number you have in terms of enrollment? Minimum,
Yeah, so
maximum?
there are some colleges coming with around 14, 20, and some coming with 90 as well. 80, not 90, 80 as well. Two batches.
Is 300. Total is 300.
We expect, yeah, we're trying not to go. So there could be up to, what we're trying to see is either from between 3 colleges to 10 colleges at the max is how we're.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Akash.
Look, hi, Geeta.
Hi,
Want to make a point? Hi, how are you doing?
Good, good, good. How are you? Good to see you here. Finally, we come together on an
and actually collaborate. Yeah. Okay, this is Joydeep Datta from the PHCOA, Pillai Agency. Just because Sonam, you said that, I mean, the tentative schedule is not written in stone. What I'm trying to say is that we or our college will have about 3 studios with you, and we have scheduled it for the next 2 months. And of what I saw was that for the first 4 or 5 or even 6 weeks, we're trying to give in inputs which are essentially pre-design inputs. Like site comes in at the 4th week, and then identity and all of that comes in 5th or 6th week. Our experience, and I'm only thinking aloud, our experience is that especially 4th year and 5th year students, a lot of them tend to idle away time for the first 4 weeks and then don't get started off with the design. So typically what we do is by the 2nd or 3rd week of an 8-week thing, it is 1/3 into it, we try to push them into start to think about their design or their concept or whatever. So all I was saying is if we could front load, relatively front load the pre-design inputs, like well, the case studies will be done by the students, but the literature study and the ideas of metaphor and theory and site analysis within the first 2 or 3 weeks. And I think it would be easier to get them going hands-on. I do understand that we are going to parallelly have our like our architectural design studio, but my point is with respect to if we can get it as parallel as possible and leave about the entire last month, that is the second half of this, where some of the designs could be shown to the mentors, and mentors could take up a design on the screen and do a mock sort of a review of where things went wrong or stuff like that, and maybe it could be better. That's my 2 pence. Sonam?
Yes, so this is also something that we have spoken with the mentors about, where we did mention that generally just doing pre-design or those things which are essential to the design but not the design in itself for such a long time, how will it affect the pace of the studio? So there are a few strategies that some mentors will be sharing and discussing with you. And since these are pedagogical discourses about, how we can schedule each week and how do we ensure that, there is some work or certain kind of an engagement from the students' end, I would say that we will leave this for the pedagogical 0 hour that we have planned next week, because the mentors do have in fact thought about it, and there is we have included that into the plan.
Okay, right. Thank you so much, Sonam.
There are a couple of queries. I think one is there is a redesign student who's looking at healthcare interiors. Will Nandini be able to address that as well? Will it be too alien for a redesign student?
So the way in which the studio has been curated by Professor by architect Nandini Bajaj is very programming and technical aspects and technology centric. So from that perspective, she for the first, a larger portion of the studio session hours and discussion will go into site, will go into how to create the right program, will go into what are adjacencies and how do you place which function next to each other. And after that is when the interior planning or those office spaces will come in. So
But-
I'm worried that so this is something that I can for sure have a discussion with Nandini to ensure that this is SRM, right, Professor Anju Sara Abraham?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Is it okay for the person to join in midway? Something you could explore. But in my opinion, from what I have been seeing about interior design in India vis-a-vis, interior design education in other countries through our initiative, the Asia Young Designer Award, I feel that it's important for interior design students to look at some bit of architecture as well for them to get that holistic perspective. So if it's not too much of a load on the student, it might be a good idea for the person to attend the whole thing. Although I think we could facilitate the person attending it from the time that those kind of discussions come into play, right?
Yes.
We could look at that as well in case that's a requirement. There's Rupali who's asked, can we have students from different batches joining all 3 courses? Meaning different years joining all 3 courses, of course, right?
Yes. No,
Our schedules are such that there will be no
overlap.
So if the same
In
student
fact,
wants to...
Pillai HOC has joined in all the 3 studios.
Yeah, but they may be maybe different batches. Even if the same student or the same batch or say a thesis batch wants to explore all 3 or something like that also, it's definitely possible for them to.
Yes, very much. To the extent that just yesterday Geeta and I were joking that what if someone who has a medical college come a working hospital with a residential facility comes on board, then you've actually spread yourself across all 3 studios in their typology. Yes. Do we have any other questions? We'll be glad to take those.
So it looks like there are no more questions. There was somebody who was asking for the recording because they didn't have a very clear connection. So we will be sharing the recording with... How will we be sharing it, Sonam?
So I'll create a YouTube unlisted video and then I'll share the link.
And we can share that with all those who participated and even otherwise if anybody wants to hear it.
Ma'am, hello.
Yeah. Sure. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello. This is Mohammad Razaullah from MIT School of Architecture. Wanted to know, ma'am, we are scheduled to start from next week onwards. So the whole pacing and everything, the scheduling and everything, can it be discussed with the mentors? Apart from this 8 weeks, we have a schedule for the whole 16 weeks. So will that be discussed?
So the first priority of discussion with the mentor will be on the collaborative studio.
Okay.
So after that is done, then you could actually ask it to the mentor directly.
So I think what you're trying to ask is how would these 8 weeks fit into your 16 weeks? Is that what you're asking, or you want guidance on the balance 8 weeks as well? Is that what is being discussed? Can't hear you, Rajaula. So let me address both, since you. So if you're talking about how these 8 weeks will fit into the 16 weeks, of course that's what the 0 hour will also be addressing. I think on what stage of design each one of you are in, and I think this the session with the faculty is really also for you to understand this whole process of design and guide. I think the mentor will also be helping and guiding you, or guiding the faculty on how to probably craft that studio in college as well. So it's not as if you're doing that studio in isolation and something else is happening online here. So it would be dovetailed in, and after that you would be taking it forward for the next 2 sessions. It will kind of give you a good base or a foundation for you to set your rest of the studio. Meet Chavda has asked, video sessions are uploaded for registered students. Yes, all video sessions will be uploaded as and when they're over. Immediately the videos will be uploaded. And would the dates for starting the session and ending the sessions matter? I'm not sure I understand that clearly. Sonam, do you? Would the dates for starting and ending the session matter?
So are you basically saying that if recordings are available, then the timing for synchronizing for the live session, does it matter? Is that what you're asking?
Hi Sonam, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Yeah. See, what has happened is I belong to Vishwaniketan College of Architecture as an assistant professor, and it was me who had mentioned in the Google form that we need to start in the mid of August. Okay. So that is the reason I'm asking you that will it matter when the videos are already uploaded? Because what is happening is now the dates would definitely clash with the rest of the colleges, correct? And fitting the sessions amicably within all the colleges would not be possible. That I also understand. But that is my question to you: that if the videos are uploaded from your end, and most probably it is not going to be a live session altogether.
It
Most
is going to
probably.
be a live session. It is going to be a live session.
Yeah, correct. I understand. But the point is, most of the things what I saw in the presentation is going to be uploaded. Okay. Through the presentation, what I just saw, most of them are going to be uploaded. Okay.
So I think that's where you need to. We're trying to follow the flipped classroom method, where what can be studied or understood on their own, the students can watch those videos on their own and then come forward for discussions. They make notes of points that they have issues that bothered them or that concern them through that presentation, through their site, through what's happening in class, and bring it to the discussion board. So those live sessions are extremely important.
Correct. So my question is, the next question on this is, will it be once in a week or twice in a week, these live sessions? Just a
So there'll be
question on
once
this.
in a week, and anywhere from 1.5 hours to 2 hours is the duration that we anticipate.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Professor Meet.
Yeah.
Hi, Sonam.
Hi, Professor Sayaji.
Yeah. So can we assume that if we're beginning next week with the zeroth session, we will be meeting 3rd, 4th, and 5th August?
Right. Yes, for now, we are awaiting timings from the mentors. And once that is confirmed and finalized, we will let all the faculty know. We also know that 3rd August is Raksha Bandhan. So some of you, some of the colleges may not be comfortable. So based on that as well, we will finalize the dates and then revert back to you on it. So expect an email from our side for all the colleges who have confirmed with us. Please expect an email from our side before 12 a.m. to 12 noon tomorrow, and where we will share the details at the next.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
We are excited about starting off.
Yes, quite a bit.
And I hope we've answered a lot of your queries, and look forward to all of you coming on board and enjoying this as well.
Yes. So I think before closing, we could ask Sejal and Navina to just switch on their video so that they see Team AFIT.
That's right.
And you could connect with any one of us for any further queries or details. And thanks a lot, everyone.
Sejal, switch on your video. You're the one who's been talking to most of them. That's Navina, Sejal. This is the team that would be kind of interacting with you in these next 8 weeks. And in the future as well, I'm sure. So just feel free to trouble them, harass us as much as you want.
Yes, sure.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for taking time out and being with us. And do spread the good word for us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Sure, we will do. Thank you so much for the patience in explaining each and everything to us continuously. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I hope we have fun.
Right? Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Bye.